It's Friday. Do you know what that means? I don't even know what that means. Anyways, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hopefully you had a happy and healthy holiday season, Christmas season, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope it was awesome and you got to spend it with people that you care about and love, and that people that love and care about you. I've taken a couple weeks off after my most anticipated Comics of 2024 video, which you can watch right up there if you want. But welcome everyone, my name's Alex. This is Graphic Novel Collector, where I bring you weekly comic book content. We're talking pull list review, we're talking top 5, top 10 videos. Today I am going to be combining the last 2 weeks of comic books so that, I skipped a week. I wanted to take a break for the holidays, but we're back on our regular schedule. Next week, we'll have the preview video for Monday, and then we will have the comic book pull list review video for Thursday. That being said, let's not waste any more time. We are combining the last 2 weeks, so the week before Christmas and the week of Christmas, which is, of course, this week. Thank you all so much. Let's not waste any more time. Here is at number 5, top 5 video. If I didn't say that, this is going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 5 by IDW. I got cover C because that is the cover that Eastman did. And we start to get revealed the actual villain in this series. It's this dude who's the mayor, has a ton of backstory on him. This is Jason Aaron on the writing duties with Derek Robinson and on the ink and pencils. But yeah, we're starting to learn the backstory and how he is affiliated with the Foot Clan. Kari is here. And yeah, we get introduced to our new version of Casey Jones. And one thing I want to say about this art is it is kind of very reminiscent. That's not really, that's like an oxymoron. Anyways, it's very reminiscent of Eastman. So I actually really enjoy the art. This book in particular didn't have much to do with the actual turtles, which I was a little bit. At first, I kind of realized that we weren't going to get to see the turtles much in this book, and it was a little bit of a letdown, but as the book went on, I was like, holy smokes, this is actually just a banger episode or issue, and you don't need to have the turtles in this kind of setup issue. That being said, I want to see the turtles all together in the next issue, or else that might be a red herring saying that this book is kind of going the way that I don't want it to. I want to start getting the turtles together. That's my point here. We do have awesome backstory with the new mayor of New York City. Turns out that his family may or may not have been murdered by a mutant. I don't know what kind of mutant, like what kind of creature this is. Is it a gerbil? It's not a rat. At first when they revealed him, I thought it was gonna be Master Splinter. It's not, but it kind of looked like him, and then I was like, wait, that looks too young. I think it might be a hamster. Anyways, Kari puts him to the test, and he's like, this guy killed your family when you were a kid. Do what you need to do. So he raises this, like, I don't know, club, and is about to kill him, and she stops him and says, okay, we can trust you. You can use the Foot Clan to kind of be your militia. And then, yeah, no, this is an excellent issue. I really like it. The ending, of course, it's a comic book, so there is a little bit of a twist ending, and we'll have to see. Casey Jones might be in some trouble. Hopefully the Turtles will be there in issue 6 to help him. Moving on to number 4, we have the series that it can't be bad. It's never bad. Every issue is good. We have Uncanny Valley from Boom Studios. This is issue 7 by Tony Fleece and Dave Watchter. And it continues to be good. We have some shady dealings happening here in the first couple pages of our big bad and this character. That might come up later. But you have the main character here, the little boy. He is getting drawn into the cartoon world. And then we flip. He meets all of these little critters, these little Farmville creatures. You got a sheep, a goat, of course a cow, and some chickens, and they're talking. And basically we find out that his grandpa is kind of the caretaker of these guys, but something nefarious is happening here. Something nefarious is afoot. Of course, we have that big spooky castle in the background. And then we flip to the real world where mommy and grandpa are talking, and basically the mother is still super pissed that the grandpa got things. The grandpa is like, I didn't know, because like he captured the boy, right? Or didn't capture him, but he got him to come to the cartoon world and was going to basically on a silver platter hand him over to this big spooky bad guy. And the grandpa's like, I didn't know what their plans were. Like, bro, come on. That's not a good excuse. That is kind of like a weak plot point, in my opinion. Like, you didn't know that this very clearly menacing, ominous-looking, spooky dude was going to do some not-so-great stuff with your grandson. I don't know. That was kind of weak sauce to me. But overall, the series continues to be awesome. We see in the last couple panels, this is a little bit, actually, this is a spoiler right here. I do want to share it, though, because it does add context to the rest of the issue. Big Bad has a piece of graphite that split off from the pencil and is able to draw herself back together. That's going to, that could have some ramifications moving forward in the story, but Uncanny Valley continues to be just awesome. Oh, on this book, I'll say 3.5 stars. Sorry, I forgot to mention that on Turtles. I'm gonna say 3.5 stars on this one. That's a good score for me. Doesn't get much higher than that usually. All right, so moving on, we've got Null Hunter, and this series, if you're not reading it, like the poll rates on League of Comic Book Geeks, which you should follow me on, folks, if you're not on League of Comic Book Geeks. It is a great way to kind of aggregate and check out polls and get prepared for future comics. You should all follow me, Les Alex, LESSALEX over there. That link will be in the description. But Null Hunter has a criminally low amount of polls each and every week. This is issue 3. This is Michael Walsh and I think Gustavo Vargas, and letterers Becca Carey. I don't usually mention letters, but she is a phenomenal letterist. She does great letters. But this is like the Tale of Hercules, but in a cyberpunk world, and I'm really, really digging it. In this one, we got the little boy going with our big protagonist here. He's going to raise Big Bang memory sims and more. And basically in this issue, our protagonist here, and I'm terrible with comic book names. I'm terrible with names in general, but especially comic book names. We have our protagonist and this little guy going. I can't show that on YouTube, but there is some nudity in this book. So, this is definitely not a kid's book, and it's very gory. Like every issue's been very gory. But we're hunting down a lady from the past, from his past, and he's jumping through all these simulations, basically, kind of like going into the Matrix, these memory simulations, and hunting down this lady. Does he find her? Well, you'll have to read to find out. This series continues to be awesome. The art is incredible. Michael Walsh just absolutely crushing it, not only with the art, but the story is super solid as well. I think I'll give this one a 3.5 to him. It's like a 3.5 week. What can I say? Null Hunter has been awesome. If you like the story of Hercules, you're going to really, really dig Null Hunter. It is a sci-fi, cyberpunk take on it, and I'm really liking it. It is like Dune meets the Matrix, kind of. I don't know how else to really describe it, but it's been really good. And Michael Walsh, this book deserves more pulls. This book deserves to be purchased and read and appreciated, because this is some top tier comic book storytelling. Visually, the art is phenomenal. I gotta find a page that is like appropriate, but look at this. Look at that. That is some gorgeous, gorgeous artwork by Michael Walsh. By Gustavo Vargas. Michael Walsh just writing here. But yes, Michael Walsh crushing it. Vargas crushing it. Moving on, we've got at number 2, Batman and Robin, year 1, of course, DC Comics. This is the 3rd issue. And this issue starts off with Alfred, like, basically we have, before that, we have some shady dealings. I keep saying shady dealings, but it's very true. It happens a lot in comic books. Some shady dealings between the villains here. Apparently, there's a rat in the midst of all the crime families. The crime families are kind of starting to deteriorate. You know, they have their rules and everything. And one crime family, I don't want to give away who it is starting to go against the grain, go against the unwritten rules of the mafia in Gotham. And then we cut to the Batcave, and Alfred is kind of upset at Bruce, like, hey, bro, you've been taking up a lot of time recently trying to figure out this, and we get that that's important, right? But you need to focus on your new ward, Dick Grayson. He needs your help. He's acting like, kind of like a spoiled brat, just watching cartoons and eating bowls of cereal. And basically, Alfred goes off on Bruce, is like, he's not my responsibility, he's your responsibility, you know? And then they go off, Batman and Robin go off 1 hour later, and they're investigating why these factions of different mob families are kind of starting to go to war. We, of course, in the last issue realized that, well, maybe Two-Face isn't the big bad, but he is here as well. No, there's some awesome action sequence. Chris Samney on the art, absolutely crushing it. Mark Waid writing. Mark Waid and Samney is like a match made in heaven. I'm absolutely loving this series. Old school comic book storytelling, if you're a fan of traditional comic book storytelling, where you get kind of a little complete story each and every single issue. You're going to really like this. I'll say 4 stars on this book. This book continues to be phenomenal. I really, really love it. Mark Waid's absolutely crushing it across the entire DC line. Of course, Justice League Unlimited didn't make my top 10, but it was still a very good book. But Batman and Robin did. Number 2, excellent book, 4 stars. Moving on. We've got The Moon is Following Us. And if you are a fan of the channel or been rocking with me for a while, you know my boy Daniel Warren Johnson. He's pretty much my favorite writer. He writes a very emotional story. What happens in the issue 4 of The Moon is Following Us. Of course, this is Image Comics, Daniel Warren Johnson, Riley Rossimo on the art duties here, and Mike Spicer, of course, on the colors, and then Sean Lee on the letters. But man, this just goes 0 to 100 real quick. We are in the midst of the battle, and of course, it was revealed in the last issue that one of the villains was actually the mother's mom. She revealed herself to be that. In this issue, as it turns out, there's a bigger bad than just her, though, and stuff hits the fan. We then go into this kind of tree where we're going to go into the dream tree is what I'm calling it. But yeah, the series is awesome. The series is phenomenal. What can I say except for you need to read this book, because if you're not, you're doing yourself a disservice. Trying to find Penny. This time, I think we got Penny, right? Yeah, I think we actually did find Penny here. But I'm really loving this story. The Moon is Falling. I'm not sure how many issues this is going to run, but this is my favorite book of the week. 4.5 stars. Absolutely excellent story. Daniel Warren Johnson, in my eyes, can't do wrong. If you disagree, if his stuff is a little bit too emotional, you don't really rock with his style, first off, you're wrong. You're entitled to your opinion, but you're wrong. And I don't know, this channel might not be for you, because he is a phenomenal, not only artist, but storyteller. I did get the Daniel Warren Johnson variant cover. I have that in my pull now, so I'm really stoked about that. The Moon is Following Us. Read it. Read it. Look at this art. Riley Rossimo is honestly in his bag. Daniel Warren Johnson does do the writing in the art in the real world. But yes, The Moon is Falling is absolutely phenomenal. Go read it. Go read it. Do yourself a favor and read it. 4.5 stars. Moon is Falling. So let's do a little quick recap. Moon is Falling is #1 book of the last 2 weeks, in my opinion. 4.5 stars. Then we've got Batman Robin, Year 1. Mark Waid is bad. Chris Samney, gorgeous, gorgeous artist. Gorgeous art here by Chris Samney. 4 stars. That's #2. #3, Null Hunter, Michael Walsh, and what is it? Gustavo Vargas. Great story, retelling Cyberpunk, Hercules, 3.5 stars. Uncanny Valley, Tony Fleece, and Dave Watchner. Great, great story. Really picking up, really getting to the meat of the matter, the tofu of the topic. Loving this series, 3.5 stars. And then, of course, Jason Aaron on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, great, 3.5 stars as well. 5th best book of the last 2 weeks. In my opinion, it's always an opinion. Let me know your opinion. What did you like? I sincerely hope that you did have an excellent holiday season. You know, we got the new year coming up, big plans for the channel. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I really want to achieve that goal in 2025. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and I think you guys are going to like it. So like this video, comment down below, subscribe. If you want to stay tuned for that giveaway, I might be doing it in the next video. So, and I think you guys are really going to like what I'm going to be giving away to try and get to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate you. Keep reading comics. Keep collecting comics. Check out some graphic novels. Let me know what your top 5 from the last couple weeks have been. Let me know what your most anticipated books are. Your favorite books from the year 2024. Go watch those videos. I put them up not too long ago. They're doing pretty well. They're doing pretty well if I don't say so myself. I appreciate you all. And until the next time, keep reading comics, keep collecting. I will catch you all on Flippy Flop. Adios.